Okay, we're back. Source summaries. Okay, for some of you, you might have heard like bibliography or whatever. I prefer the word source summary. You're summarizing your source. Okay, super easy. For you're gonna have two of these. For each one of your source summaries, you're gonna have three sources. So source summary number one, you have three sources. Source summary number two, you have three sources. Okay. For source summary number one, I need them to be research scholarly journals. Okay. No Google links, not, and I understand you were like, well, I use Google Scholar. We're not doing that this one. You can do that for source summary number two, but source summary number one, I need you to get into the Butte Library and into the research section and then go to JSTOR. EBSCO is another one students will do. When you look under, when you go to the articles, it'll give you a section where you could do like letters like A, B, C, D. J is JSTOR. That's the only one I believe that's there. Or then E, if you do E, you can go to EBSCO. Aside from describing why it matters, just those two, make it easy on you. I have an entire video on all that. I'll put that there too. So, source summaries are going to be due next week. You need to start now. Do not wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute. I say this because you're just going to be like, oh, this is so much work. I can't believe she's giving us all this work. I've been giving you 2 weeks. So this is why I have you really focus on what is your idea? What's your idea? And then breaking it down into an outline, because in your outline, those little spots, those subtopics, those are the topics you're researching. It's not the full question, it's the subtopics that you're going to be researching. So, and I say this because what's going to happen is you're going to say, and I get it, this is where I started and when I first started researching too. You have a topic and your topic is, I don't know, what's a good topic? Social constructs. I guess your question would be, why do we have social constructs? I don't know. I'm throwing this out there. I have no idea. And then you're going to go into the Butte Library and you're going to type in social constructs and you're going to get all this stuff and you're going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's because you used this one main topic and tried to research. No. Break it down into subtopics. For every subtopic, that's what you should be researching. So if, again, forgive me on the topic, I'm just throwing this out there. If your topic is social constructs, then you have to ask yourself, well, what are there different types of social constructs? They could be anything. I don't know. You might have to even narrow that down even more to try and understand. So you could say, social constructs, like one would be like not wearing white to someone else's wedding. Okay, like as a female, I would not wear all white at someone else's wedding. And then you can look into what the history, right? We go back to that. Why are you not allowed to wear white at a wedding? I mean, obviously it's disrespectful because the star of the show is the bride, but I'm sure there might be bigger history behind that, right? So you could do that. And then what might end up happening as you're researching all these little subtopics, you might be able to hone into something very particular about social constructs within a community, within a household, within a society, within a state. I have no idea. My friend and I are reading Gone with the Wind, and it's a long story, whatever. We get in these conversations about social constructs and how in the book it talks about how when someone's husband dies, you wear mourning clothes for the rest of your life. So you're wearing dark, drab, sad, mourning clothes for the rest of your life. And the main character is asking, like, why do we do that? Like, I don't understand why we have to follow this. And so do we wear mourning garb anymore? Some people might. Some people might not, not very many people do anymore. So the question is, why was that a social construct versus now, right? So do you see how you can get into a huge rabbit hole? And that's my ultimate goal. So when you're researching, do subtopics and break down these subtopics until you kind of start to hone into these things and it can bring it back. So that's, again, like reverse outlining. You research, and like, I have this one thing. How do I bring it back to the topic? And what might happen is your topic is too big. You have so many subtopics. So then you have to break it down. And maybe one of the subtopics might end up being your final project. So research. This is not as simple as Google the answer, here's my paper. This is something where you keep breaking it down into something of value, right? Of a thing where here's what I want to know and here's the answer. Okay, so I don't know if that helped you at all, but that's kind of my 2 cents on that. So again, with your source summary, you will be using 3 scholarly journals. And again, watch the video on that one. You'll be going through Butte's library. MLA formatting. MLA formatting is very, very, very important to me. And the reason why it's important to me is because I research your research. I do a lot of work. So please just make it easier on me. If I can't find where your source is and I don't have the right information, think, I have to mark you down because I'm like, I need to know where this is. So who knows, maybe I might use some of your research in classes that I do in the future. I don't know, we're here, it's a community. We share information with each other. And that's sometimes what happens. A lot of times students will share something with me. I'm like, that's brilliant. It goes in my next class. Okay, so that's kind of how my class develops. You're giving me ideas. I'm like, that's cool. I'm gonna see how my other students feel about it. So you can blame them for all my wild topics. Okay, so again, I have this thing that says how to put a source in MLA format, and literally it's just a template, and all you have to do is fill it in. Super easy, way easy. Just follow that. Again, do not use the citation machines. And I swear, even one of my instructors at Chico State's like, yeah, I use that, but then I have to go back and fix all these things. I'm like, I know, just use the template. She's like, why didn't I think of that? I'm like, I know. I'm trying to give you all the things to the easiest abilities I possibly can. That sentence didn't make sense, but you get what I'm saying. All right. I give you kind of a real quick example of what it'll look like when you put it in order, right? You put it in like a sentence form. Keep in mind, I need a hanging indentation in your source summary. Okay, you're going to see all the examples. Take a look at those. I give you all the things. You have to be the one to put the footwork forth to look at what it is that I am looking for. I cannot write this for you. You get to do it. You get to do it. See, mindset. Okay. All right. Make sure you have that hanging indentation where that first line is here and the other line's right underneath it. All right. Okay. What else? I think that's it for now. Next week we're going to be covering anti-tourism, and it's actually really fun. You get to plan a trip, and it's actually kind of cool. But also next week your source summary too is due. And I know I keep saying that like 1,000 times, but I feel like if I do not repeat myself, it will not get done. Okay, this week you are going to be turning in your rough draft of your outline. I know. Don't freak out. Don't panic. I want you to start like breaking down your ideas so that when you do the source summary, you're like, oh, that was so easy. Only 3 sources? I have 8. I'm all, I know. I try and make it easy on you, but literally 3 sources will come really fast. And the source summary, what I just need you to do is correctly cite where the source is, describe what it is saying, tell me what the source summary is saying, and then tell me why you're using it. Super easy. And it's a lot of points for this, and I'm talking your name in the corner is worth a point. The way you fill out this other information, like your name and my name, your title is a point. Your source, those I think like each source is worth 15 points, and there's 3, so make sure each source is cited correctly. And then I give you points for the what it is about and then the why you're using it. Okay, so please keep that in mind. That's what I'm looking for in the source summary. For your outline this week, just as a heads up, I understand that it is in the middle of a construction zone. We really don't know. We're trying to figure it out. Give me as much as you can. And the whole point of this outline is to help you for your source summary. Like that's what this is. All right. So outline, you can follow the template. There might be spots that are missing. I totally get that. Maybe your topic has a question mark. You're like, I think this is it, but I'm still maneuvering. Okay. So again, research is malleable. It's flexible. We're just trying to figure it out. You're not going to have it done in one day. So please, as you're working through, have it in the back of your mind, like, what can I say here? What can I do? And maybe that's my brain all day long. I'm thinking, and I would love you to be on that route too. Find a topic that you're like, I can't stop thinking about this and I want to break it down. You can even have a research paper, arguing some points that I've made. Again, it must be scholarly and you must have counterpoints, right? So if I say a thing, your counterpoint needs to have such and such. So look, I'm open. I get it. All right. We all don't think the same, way, whatever. But again, always be respectful in whatever topics you're choosing, and so forth and so forth. So, okay, that was it. Enjoy the rest of these videos. Bye.